We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome back to the Freak Show. I'm your host, BUMPY-MCSQUIGUMS, and today we are continuing with the Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. And apparently it's the 6th month and the 15th day, a Tuesday. And we're back at Thor's Military Academy.
It was the middle of June.
It was the middle of June.
With summer well underway, a rainy spell seemed to hang over Trista.
Indeed. Who dis? Cool.
With our
cool.
field study
Awkward.
wrapped up, the other members of Class 7 and I returned to normal school life.
Do I hit a button?
But just
Yes.
when we thought we'd gotten used to the challenging lessons and the breakneck workload, a moment of dread washed over us, making our blood run cold.
That's not good. What's that moment? I guess we're about to find out.
As you all know, tomorrow marks the start of your midterm exams.
Yay!
I'm no good with all these papers and essays and circling answers, so I won't really be able to help you much.
Gee, thanks.
But I'm administering some of your tests, so I'll be cheering you on from the sidelines. Make me proud, class.
Sometimes I lie awake at night and wonder how you became our teacher.
As I recall, aren't you in danger of a lecture by the vice principal if our performance isn't up to par?
Oh, I'm not too worried about that. Most of you tend to get pretty high grades anyway.
There you
I
go.
can hardly wait to see how well you all do.
Yay.
Remember, the results will be announced next Wednesday.
Sweet.
Your scores will be posted on the board by rank, so you can see how you compare to the other classes in your year.
Hopefully really well, because we're amazing.
This week is over, the better.
I can almost taste the tedium.
I'm not gonna let Emma squeak by me again this time.
Whatever, Matthias.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes?
They're gonna stick the average score for each class up there on the board, too.
Oh, boy. So we
Class averages?
have to all do well. Okay.
I suppose their intent is to furnish us with motivation in the form of class bragging rights.
Heck yeah.
Well, I do enjoy a challenge.
Anyway, I know it's only noonish, but I think that's enough homeroom for today.
Oh, okay.
You guys can stay here and study, or just head on back to your dorms. Up to you. Prez, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor.
Uh-huh.
Stand, bow.
Yeah. Standing and bowing, huh? Jeez, what should I do? I could stand a bone up on just about everything, honestly, but my biggest worry right now is math. I wouldn't mind doing a few study sessions with you, if you think it would help. I need to review math anyway. I'm not sure how much time I'll be able to spare, though. You mean it? That'd be a huge help. Well, my biggest weak spot is Erebonian history, I guess. I doubt that comes as a huge surprise to anyone. I think I understand all the material we've gone over directly in class, but there are some finer points. Well, I can aid you with that if you'd like. Though in return, I'd appreciate a fresh pair of eyes to help me revise my military science essay. Ah, be my pleasure. Would you like to study with me, Fee? I guess so. Would you two mind if I jumped in too? I could use a little refresher on my classics. Of course, you're more than welcome. Would you like to join us, Laura? No, I appreciate your invitation, but I'll have to pass this time. There's a subject I need to review in private. I'll see you all later. Oh? What about Reen? Huh? What's up with her? Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but I could have sworn I saw her looking over at Fee. Hey, Reen. Yeah? What is it? You heading back to the dorms? You're totally welcome to come study with us if you want. I wasn't planning on heading straight back. I might come and join you guys in a bit later. Okay. Perhaps we'll see you later. The day before the exams is a free day. Talking to certain characters will allow you to study with them. When you run out of bonding points, the time of day will change to evening and the main story will advance. Alright. Well, I think everyone's obviously wanting to know what's going down with Laura, so that's who we're going to go talk to first. Everyone's so absorbed in studying for their midterms. I don't think anyone would call my grades amazing, so maybe I should start doing the same. My parents threats are to be believed, the fate of my allowance depends on it. Nice. I guess we're going to the gymnasium. Okay. Music club doesn't meet during the exam period. I guess they're on the second floor? Huh. What's up, Laura? Oh, are you two studying? Lisa probably met up with Laura because she was worried about her. Yeah, we both figured we had a lot of art to brush up on. It's probably not our most important subject in the grand scheme of things, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. I've never had to deal with a series of exams right in a row like this. Laziness could very well be tantamount to failure. Would you like to join us, Reen? You know what? Sure, ladies, I'll join you. I'd love to. The exam's supposed to be focused on the basics of illustration, right? You got it, let's get started. How about you ask the first question, Reen? Sure. How do you draw? Okay, first question. Lisa, what is a desin? I think it's a drawing that makes use of monochrome lines of varying heaviness to highlight the way lights hit its subject. You think correctly. So Laura, what exactly is a sketch? A sketch portrays its subject roughly with very little in the way of detail. That's fair. I suppose it could be likened to an early first draft of a drawing. That's right, sketches and desins are basically two sides of the same coin, since both are used to start a painting. The big difference is that desins usually take some time to finish, whereas sketches are pretty quick. But there's a method that's even quicker and more basic than sketching. Any ideas, Laura? That'd be croquis? Croquet? Croquis? I have no idea. I've never heard of that word, I believe. You two know your stuff, but maybe that just means that we should be using harder questions to study with. Let me see if I can find some. Hey, Reen, if you want, I can ask the next set of questions. It's hardly effective studying if you don't get to answer any questions yourself. It's okay, don't worry about it. Just give me a minute here and I'll find you a really good one. Well, if you insist. Maybe we should have expected this. He really is a kind-hearted person. And so the three continued their art study session. Your bond with Elisa strengthened, and your bond with Laura. Cool. Alright, ladies, good luck with the exam. I am off to do other things. If I should get like Emma and Fee, if I should get Elliot and Machias, let's go with those two. We're going to La Biblioteca. Oh, there they are. Hey guys, Elliot. Oh, so this is where you are. Wow, when you guys study, you two don't mess around. Well, no better motivator than fear, right? Well, our exams start tomorrow. We've got to know our orbital science. I want to make sure I study as much as I possibly can before then. There's no such thing as too prepared. Besides, this is our last chance to get a full day of studying in. How about it, Reen? Up for one last marathon study session? You know what? Sure. I'll join you guys for a while. Orbital science isn't quite my forte anyway. In that case, let's get started with the basics. Sounds good to me. Yeah, teach me them basics so I can forget and do it wrong later. So orbital energy is generated by septium, right? And it differs from other types of energy in that it replenishes itself over time. It's hard to imagine what life would be like without it. Orbital energy's in everything. Lighting, railways, telephones, battle orbits. That segues nicely into our next topic. Let's talk about battle orbits. Their first key feature is their portability. The second is their ability to synchronize with their user, allowing them to easily use orbital arts. Magic for the everyman. Feature 3 is their flexibility. A battle orbit capabilities can change dramatically based on what the quartz is within it. That summary wouldn't have been more perfect if we read it out of the textbook. That's our Machias. I can't believe you could rattle off all that without even stopping to think. But if you already have the basics down, are you just trying to help me instead of focusing on what you really need to study? No, it's not that. Reciting the information I've learned like this helps it stick in my memory. It might look flashy, but this is really productive studying for me too. Well, everyone needs a method. As I said earlier, it's not possible to be too prepared. And while we still have a lot of ground to cover in our Orbital Science Review, I would appreciate it if you would help me study for a few others when we're done. Of course. I'd be happy to help. Really? Well, thanks. Yeah, studying. Woohoo! Feeling much more confident about exams every minute. Cool. Thanks, guys. Elliot, we're almost rank 3 or level 3. Machias, we hit level 2. Yeah, finishing blow is available. Oh, I should probably look at the books, shouldn't I? Oh no. Where's it at? It's over here. It's over here. Wait. Did I read this one already? Bonus, such long, Smith, rotor, scotch, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So basically all I have to do is read the next book. I think I did the first 2, so this one. Sports beyond tradition. In modern times, we frequently encounter the word sports, a collective term for all forms of competitive physical activity, to the extent that it is hard to imagine that an era might have existed where Erebonians were unfamiliar with the word. And yet, 100 years ago, this was exactly the case. The Erebonian Empire has historically valued scholarship and the martial arts. As such, swordsmanship, horsemanship, and falconry have always been popular. But these are not just sports, but instead serve more of a traditional cultural purpose. However, in recent years, competitive sports played according to a list of agreed upon rules have begun to gain popularity, differing with the martial arts of the past, which focused simply on defeating one's opponent. Here, I would like to introduce a number of examples of popular sports. Fencing, a sport which has grown out of the traditional swordsmanship of the past. 3 varieties of weapons are used: foil, épée or épée, and a saber or saber. Protective clothing is also used in matches to ensure the safety of participants. Horse racing and polo, a competitive racing sport which has its origins in traditional horsemanship, sometimes involving obstacles. The addition of gambling elements to the sport at race courses is a relatively recent practice. And polo is a sport played on horseback in which players use a long mallet to knock a wooden ball into the opposing team's goal to score a point. Competitive swimming, both a sport and a recreational activity which has its origins in the swimming practice of the past. Competitive swimming also includes several other separate sports, including water polo and diving. 4 major styles of swimming exists: freestyle, breaststroke, backstroke, and butterfly. Tennis and lacrosse both are relatively recent additions to the sporting world, rapidly gaining in popularity even in Erebonia. Professional championships are now held regularly. Both use implements designed specifically for that sport: a racket for tennis and a crosse for lacrosse, that involve a ball, but other than that, the 2 sports differ completely in how they are played, the number of players on a team, and in the rules in which they are played by. Many of the sports are divided by gender, with the exception of horse racing, and played according to strict rules, making them differ significantly from the traditional martial arts of the past. The likelihood that the number of people engaging in these sports will continue to increase in the years ahead, the Imperial Sports Association hopes to play a vital role in improving these sports, refining the rules that they are played by, and spreading awareness of them so that they can be enjoyed by an even larger number of people. Well, I feel like my life is now complete. Thanks for that. Cool. Oh, let's... Nope. Yeah, nope. This one? This one. Let's see which books we've read. Yeah, we did all these. Okay. Will the Red Moon Rose? A vampire hunter. As the world blurred, he caught a fleeting glimpse of a geometric shape pass before his eyes. It was the sole of a boot moving at incredible speed. With a bone-crunching thud, the woman was thrown aside, and Alphonse's field of vision filled with the night sky. Free from the woman's grasping fingers, he coughed furiously, sucking in as much fresh air as his tortured throat could manage. "Are you all right?" asked a clear voice beside him. The source of it was a second woman, who he was certain was not there moments ago. She wore a navy blue overcoat paired with a matching navy blue beret. Her ash blonde hair reached as far as her neck, and her features were dignified, though they still retained clear vestiges of childlike innocence. At a guess, she seemed to be roughly the same age as Alphonse himself. Still busy processing the recent events, Alphonse made no reply to her query. The woman watched him for some time before coolly stating, "You appear to be mostly uninjured, at least. I'm glad to have arrived in time." Seemingly satisfied he would survive, she turned away and studied the crumpled form of the woman who had attacked him. "That," she said with a note of distaste, "is a ghoul, a thing a person becomes after the blood has been drained by a vampire." As she spoke, she kicked her left boot against the ground. The tap, tap, tap seemed to punctuate each word. It appeared to be the boot that she had used to kick the woman, ghoul, away from him. As he followed the restless drumming of her boot, he suddenly thought, "Vampire? I have no issue with you idling about, but I would prefer it if you stood aside before doing so. You are in my way." Her words were sharp, but no sooner had she said them than a creaking sound filled the air. The ghoul, which had been motionless on the ground while they were talking, was slowly rising. Its contorted body lifted from the cobblestones using only the power of its legs. It was a grotesque spectacle and utterly unnatural, and if the ghoul was bothered by the earlier blow, it showed no sign. Without warning. Alright, we'll come back to this later. That's cool though. There's like a whole mini vampire novel in there, and we're missing the first chapter. Which I suppose I'm okay with, but it's a little strange. Okay, where are we going now? I guess we could bond with our teacher or student union, maybe? See if we can't find the gals, Fee and Emma. Work with our team. Ah, there they are. Hey, you two. Are you two going over the Erebonian history? I can't memorize things like this, because it's all pointless. Fee, that seems a little harsh. Oh, I know. Why don't you join us, Reen? I'm sure it would make studying more enjoyable for Fee, too. Yeah, sure. That sounds like a good idea to me. The exam's going to be focused on the War of the Lions, right? That's right. Shall we start from the beginning, then? Sure, I'm down with it. Let's get into it. After that, Dreichels gathered soldiers in the Nord Highlands, and in the year 952 of the Septine calendar, he liberated the capital, bringing the war to an end. Excellent, well done, Fee. I guess it stuck. Incidentally, the war came to an end in July of that year, which is next month, so that's easy to remember. They say it was raining in Heimdall that day, but legend has it, the moment Emperor Dreichels stepped into the city, the rain stopped. Huh, that's neat. Yeah, that seemed like a story that'll stick in my memory. You're a pretty good teacher, aren't you? Well, I'm always using tricks like these to help me remember things. If you're having fun while you study, it makes it that much easier for the material to stick in your memory. Interesting, so that's your method. Well, if you can do it, we can do it too. Shall we finish this stuff off then? Please. And so we learned the history of Erebonia, front and back. Alright, cool. Yeah! Okay. That Fee and us, Yeah, finishing blow. Alright, cool. So we didn't get around to studying with Eustace and Gaius, unfortunately. Oh, it's already time to head home. I didn't realize because of the rain. Guess I should get ready to head back to the dorms.
Excuse me?
I was about to say, do we have an umbrella? We do. Hello. Lady of the purple hair and umbrella.
I do apologize for stopping you on a rainy day like this.
Uh-huh.
Do you know if this is the building in which I might find the principal's office?
Maybe?
Oh, yeah, you're in the right place. His office is in the East Wing, first floor. The receptionist might have gone home already, but I can show you the way if you'd like.
Thank you for your kindness. But I couldn't possibly trouble you more than I have already. I'll be able to find the way, I'm sure.
Okay.
Well then, if you'll excuse me, Master Reen.
Wait, you know who I am? Oh, well, that was weird.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, she knew your
Does
name.
she know who I am?
Reen?
Uh-oh. It's Elisa. Sup, Elisa? What you doing?
Hey there, Elisa. Heading back to the dorm?
Yep. Emma and the others are staying a little longer to cram a little more. But I figured I'm not going to learn much more today, so I might as well call it a night and start prepping for tomorrow.
There you go.
Right. Well, you're going my way, so what do you say we head back together?
Sure, okay.
Yay! Cordialness.
Hey, it's not often the two of us get to walk back to the dorms together, is it?
Oh, no, maybe?
Well, at least I got something good out of this downpour.
Uh-oh.
Is there even a filter between your brain and your mouth?
Nah, no need for that between friends.
But
you're in good company. My sister's asked me that before, too.
She must be a saint to have put up with you all these years. Anyway, how do you think you did on the exams?
do we take them yet? I thought we were studying. What?
Not sure. I gave it the best I've got. Still, I've got that nagging feeling I could have hit the books a little harder. I wish I was as smart as you. Back when we took the entrance exam, only Emma and Makia scored higher than you, right?
Eustace came in a little higher than me, too.
Oh.
Back home, I usually came in near the top in exams. I guess that goes to show that Erebonia has no shortage of smart people.
Here, here.
No doubt about that. Bookworms pour in here from all corners of the Empire. You said you're from Ruhr, right?
Ruhr? I would have called it Rower, but okay.
Coming out on top in a city that size is still pretty impressive.
I suppose, though that was just at the Sunday school level. Aren't you curious about, my family and stuff?
You mean the mysterious Elisa R., agent of national intrigue? Well, yeah, of course I am. But you probably have good reasons for keeping it under wraps, so I don't want to pry.
Aw.
It's not that major or anything, especially compared to what you and Phoebe told us about yourselves.
Well,
I've never really thought my family circumstances were a big deal, though Fee's past sure came as a surprise.
True.
I wonder now, when I look at her, what her life in a Jaeger Corps must have been like.
It seems like Instructor Sarah knows more about her past than we do.
Mm-hmm.
Back at the entrance ceremony, I got the impression they'd met before.
That's always possible.
Same. Oh, speaking of weird meetings, I ran into someone kind of strange earlier.
Oh?
Yeah, I was talking to her just before you called to me.
Reen told Elisa about the woman in the maid uniform.
A maid who knew your name?
Yeah,
This
that's
isn't
strange.
the part where it turns out she knows you because you've tried to hit on her in town before, is it?
No, probably not.
As if an upstanding guy like me could pull off the Casanova act. She seemed a couple years older than us, maybe 20 or so.
A maid in her early 20s.
Something wrong?
Maybe.
No, just thinking. There's no way it could really have been her.
What?
Mother keeps her far too busy to find the time to come here. Ahem. Anyway, maybe the upper class dorm has a new hire starting out or something? Though
Uh-huh.
that wouldn't explain how she knew your name. Maybe you're just more popular than you let on.
Maybe.
If only.
Maybe. But probably not. Definitely maybe. But probably also not maybe. Alright, so we went from Tuesday to Wednesday. It's midterms day 1. Again, I'm not sure why she asked how we did on our exams if we were only studying for exams, which literally start today. It's fine. It's fine. Next day, the first of 4 grueling days of midterm exams begin. See? Again. Slight, so many slight inconsistencies. Not many, I'm sorry. A few slight inconsistencies in this story so far. We went to the nature park thing with the express intent of finding what happened to the stolen goods. And then we were surprised that we found stolen goods. It's like, but you went there because you knew or had a really good hunch that they were there. So that was one thing. And then this one right here. How do you think you did on your exams? Well, how would he know? He can't see the future yet. How does he think he will do? That's different. I'm just saying. Anyway, onward. Small things. Very small things. I'm sorry to point them out. Oh, God in heaven. I have to do this stuff? Alright. Erebonian history question. The Middle Ages War of the Lions was brought to an end by Emperor Dryshells. When did the war end? Oh, God. July 952. This should be the right answer. Oh no. Who this? Never seen her before, have I? Oh, Mr. A wants to draw a rough colored watercolor image. Which of the following styles would be the most appropriate? I don't know what this is. Rough water. I guess it'd have to be a Dessin? No? Then it'll be a sketch? I don't know. I'm still not sure what a Dessin or a Crocrus whatever is. Well, I failed that, even though they went over that, and I somehow... Like, so again, give you guys my thought process here, why I thought it was the other one. They said that the Dessins were all about... It was all about like lighting and everything else. And with watercolor, I assume that you would have lighting and all that. But I guess the sketch would have probably been the easiest one. Oh god. Figure 1 depicts a military formation. What type of unit is currently advancing? Direction of the advance? Infantry? Well, I would assume the command is at the back. Maybe armored? This is a complete guess since we didn't do this before. Infantry? It's armored. Well, we're definitely failing our exams. You guys again can mock me. I even considered maybe saving before we got to this point just so I can get them all right and impress you with my knowledge, but nah. We'll live with whatever mistakes that we make. Orbital science. The following statements about orbits all purport to be true. Which one is not? Abilities change based on the corpse. Yep. They synchronize with their user. Yep. Allow art usage without quartz. No. Orbital energy recovers in time. This is the one that's not true. Yeah! I feel like I knew enough about orbital stuff to not need to go to that class, but whatever. Oh boy, political economics question. One of the following laws enacted last year, which came into force first in Heimdall. Oh, great. Of the following, sorry. Financial Transaction, Provisional Tax, Imperial Public Transportation Act. This one? No. I'm real bad at this. Thank goodness I never had these issues when I was actually in school. I always tested incredibly well. Combat studies question. Emergency CPR is divided into roughly four stages. Check if the person is breathing, check if the person is conscious, perform chest compressions and rescue breaths, call for help in a loud voice. Put these stages in the correct order. Honestly, I'd probably say D, B, A, and then C. That's what I would do. I would call for help first, and then I would see if they were conscious, and then check their breathing. And then I would do the CPR. That's what I would actually do. So, what do you not want to call for help until later? Like, to me, that just, I don't know. That logically made the most sense. Wow, we failed our exams bad. I'm not getting any extra points for this. Congratulations on making it through 4 days of exams. Yeah, that's what we did. And what do you know? It looks like the rain ended right along with them. Clearly, this is the goddess's way of rewarding you all for your hard work. I don't think that reasoning would stand up to scrutiny. Whew, I'm totally spent. It's over. You worked really hard, Fee. Anyway, today's a free day, so take the chance to unwind and blow off all that pent-up exam stress. They'll post the results next Wednesday, so take it easy until then. But don't relax too much, because you've got your next practical exam next Wednesday afternoon, too. With all the intensive studying, I'd completely forgotten about that. You could stand to be a little more considerate with the timing of your announcement. So next Wednesday is when we'll know where we're going for our next field study? Yep, you'll be shipping out that weekend for another exotic trip. Anyway, make the most of tomorrow, everyone. You've earned at least one day off. I guess I should probably attend club practice once in a while. Oh, and one more thing. I've got some business to take care of out of town after we're all done here. I won't be back until tomorrow night, so don't, burn the dorm down while I'm gone or anything. Well, I did real bad at that. I got, 2 questions right out of the 8? That wasn't good. That was not good. I'm curious about the CPR one. If you guys want to let me know. I know it's actually changed over the years, but honestly, I would call for help immediately. That way, emergency personnel could be on their way or whatever the case is. Then I would check to see if the person was conscious, because that's almost immediately those 2 things. And if they're not, then check to see if they're breathing. If they're breathing, that's good. But if they're not breathing, then you immediately start with the chest compressions and the breaths.
Are over. I feel free as a bird.
Or now it's only the compressions, right?
And they'll keep on soaring, at least until the results come back.
I sympathize, but personally, I've got a good feeling about these. How about you, Emma? How do you think you did?
Well, I don't think I did too badly, all things considered.
Well, I brought us all down, guys.
Just stop before you embarrass yourself.
We'll just have to wait and see what next week's results look like. Anyway, what do you think that was all about with Instructor Sarah?
Oh, you mean that whole thing about going out of town to meet someone? Going out of town? Won't be back until tomorrow night? It's almost as if...
She's going to meet her secret lover?
What? That's what you got?
Impossible. The Empire hasn't yet turned out a man desperate enough to woo that alcoholic typhoon.
Holy crap.
You have a point. I can't deny she's got the looks to snare a man, but that personality and that lifestyle...
That was harsh.
You guys are terrible. Totally agreed, though.
Ouch. Not surprised to hear that from you, though, Reen. She always seems to dump the most work on you.
Will you be helping the student council again tomorrow?
Probably.
That's the plan. Heck, I'm almost looking forward to being the student council's errand boy after holding up studying for so long.
Perhaps so.
Oh, please let us know if you plan on exploring the old schoolhouse.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to lend a hand this time.
Thanks. Better watch out, though. I might take you up on that offer.
Ooh, looks like we're all up for a little exploration this time.
Yeah. Class 7 unite!
Come to think of it, where did Gaius run off to?
Yeah, I was just say, we're missing one of them.
He mentioned the principal wanted to have a word with him. You think he went there?
Oh, yeah. Wonder what that was about.
I hope he hasn't gotten into trouble. I mean, I doubt he would.
I have no idea. He and Laura left early too. I was kind of hoping we could all walk back to the dorm together for once. That sounds nice.
Totally didn't call Fee and Laura missing. Shows how unattentive I am.
Hey, so this might just be my imagination, but do those 2 seem kind of awkward around each other to anyone else?
Who's that? Fee
Really?
and Laura?
So you think so too?
I do. Maybe. I don't. What's happening?
Seems like it started around the beginning of the month. I wonder if something happened then. It's like they've been avoiding each other ever since.
Is Fee and Laura... Did the Jaegers do something bad to Laura's family?
You say that, but I did not take either as the type to dwell on petty issues or misunderstandings.
It's fair.
Neither did I. We've been trying to suss out what the problem between them is, but so far, no luck.
Here we go, Machias, the big brain play.
I wonder if that's what that was all about.
Did you see something, Machias?
What happened?
Well, do you remember the day we gave our group reports on what happened during last month's field study? We gave a truthful account, including the part where Fee used an explosive to blast open the door to my cell.
Yeah?
That's when we found out that Fee used to be in a Jaeger Corps. That really threw me for a loop, but what does that have to do with Laura?
Well, when that came up, I couldn't help but notice Laura had a rather unpleasant expression.
Huh.
It flashed across her face for only a moment, though, so I wondered if I had just imagined it.
Interesting.
But even if we assume that's true, what reason would she have to be upset?
Don't know.
I can hardly hazard a guess.
We all have certain things we'd rather keep to ourselves. We even have a member of this very class who remains tight-lipped about her own family, after all.
Ooh. What's up, Elisa?
Do you really have to drag me into this?
Maybe.
My apologies. I meant no offense.
Yes, you did.
I do have my suspicions as to your lineage, however.
Ooh.
Really?
Really?
Ugh, you.
Ugh,
Oh
you.
no, getting angry won't accomplish anything.
I mean, that's her natural state, let's be
Don't
honest.
worry. We're not going to twist your arm into telling us. When you're ready to talk about it, we'll be ready to listen.
It's not like I'm trying to make a big deal out of it or anything. It's just, if everyone knew, it'd make things awkward between us, and I don't want that.
Uh-huh.
Welcome back, my lady.
That's the maid, isn't it? It's the maid.
What?
Sharon?
Hi, Sharon.
It's so delightful to see you again.
What's going on, Sharon?
Oh, hey. It's that maid I ran into the other day.
You know her?
What are you doing here? She didn't. Mother didn't.
But of course, I was sent here at the behest of the chairman herself. Starting today, I will be assuming the position of caretaker for Class 7's dormitory.
Creepy. Sharon Kruger.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, everyone. My name is Sharon Kruger.
Freddy's my father.
I am a
Sweet
servant and the
dreams.
employee of the Rhineford household, Lady Elisa's family.
And now the cat is no longer in the bag.
I will do all I can to be of service to you, so please keep me informed of anything you might need.
Well, that probably didn't go according to her plan. Yay, Chapter 3 begins Beyond the Railways. It's now the 20th day, our free day of July. June? June. Of June. And we just take a lovely little look around Trista. Ah, yes. The memories.
Whoa.
Oh, boy. Ooh, that's a lot of food. Is it soup with breakfast? Okay.
Simply spectacular. Just how many different types of food are there here?
This looks more than edible.
I believe this is what they call an imperial breakfast.
Yeah.
That's right, Emma. It's a traditional Erebonian style of breakfast. I must apologize. It's taken me some time to familiarize myself with this kitchen, so my cooking has been a bit lackluster.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what we
Come
think.
now, Sharon. Your skill is something to be praised. This is far more colorful and varied than the breakfast served in my own home.
I would compare this spread favorably with the breakfast served in the Duke's household.
I'm honored that you think so. I've also brewed both tea and coffee if anyone would like some.
Cool. Well, she's real happy to do her job. Lisa's not super thrilled.
I get the feeling Elisa is less than impressed with the meal.
I don't think that's it.
It sounds like they had a big argument yesterday.
Not a chance! I thought I'd finally gotten away from her. I'm not going to let her have her way this time.
My lady, please. I truly don't believe the chairman sent me to keep an eye on you like that. She simply sent me so that her beloved daughter might have fewer inconveniences in her daily life.
I can take perfectly good care of myself. Thank you very much.
Huh. Guess we all heard that. Well, almost all of us.
I'll take this up with her myself then. Is she in the office at corporate today, or is she out on inspection or something?
I believe she'll be dining with the Ministry of Railways president in the capital today. After that, she'll be continuing her inspection tour, so she won't be back in Ruhr for another 5 days.
Does she ever slow down? I'm surprised she doesn't burn through a pair of shoes a week. Anyway, I'm not going to take this lying down. She's stuck her nose into things one too many times.
Awkward.
I can't believe that R actually stood for Elisa Reinford. And from the sound of it, her mother's the company chairman too.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that Elisa's mom is basically in charge of the continent's biggest industrial company. Her family's probably got more money than most of the aristocracy.
Aristocracy,
I can see why
indeed.
she wants to keep her family under wraps, what with all the nobles here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I object to everything about this. Considering how busy Mother is, I'm sure she needs your assistance far more than I do.
I knew it. You're really concerned about her, aren't you? The way you two care so much for each other deep down is one of the reasons I'm so proud to serve you.
That's preposterous.
Oh, my lady, I almost forgot to mention that I made plenty of your favorite apricot jam.
Ooh.
Would you like me to spread some on your toast?
That sounded creepy.
Ooh, really? I mean, stop treating me like a child. Though yes, I would like some jam.
It's almost heartwarming to watch.
Looks like Sharon's got her number.
Indeed. Let's hit him with the apricot or the apricot. After beginning the day with Sharon's peerless breakfast, the members of Class 7 left to go about their daily routine. Meanwhile, Reen went to check the task at the student council. What horrible things we have to do today. Secret admirer. Vincent, I am in need of aid. Some fair maiden has sent me several messages proclaiming her love for me. And who could blame her? I simply must know who she is. So would some kind soul help me find her and bring her to me? More details behind the storage building. Born to be Orbital. Jorge and Angelica were testing the Orbital bike's capabilities on a highway near Trista. If you're curious, come talk to us in the engineering building. Sweet. And this month, I would like the members of Class 7 to commit themselves to the noble academic pursuits. Though I know, studious as you are, I can expect that anyway. So on top of that, I'd also like you to continue your exploration of the old schoolhouse and report your findings to me. Okay. Hey, a request from Jorge and Angelica. It's about the Orbital bike, too. I wonder what they need my help with. Looks like I'll have to swing by the engineering club before I head to the old schoolhouse. Well, this is the first sun I've seen in days, so I might as well make the most of it. Alright, let's do this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this particular episode. Hope you enjoyed. Until the very next one, I have been your host, Bumpy-MCSQUIGUMS. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show. Always remember, we play, we fight, we conquer.